I'm a survivor, keep on surviving. That was Destiny's Child, about to survive. About to survive, about to survive, about to survive. Are you surviving today? As Monday, it's all to survive, you know. Plus weekend re tlhaga go weekend teng some batho re ke di babi ba bang a kitse mara are you a survivor na? Are you a survivor now? Well, I'd like to say welcome to VMC Planet Radio. Kalabito baraka na itumelang ar makilana ka Spanyo Western ngayana ko Northwest. Khanti kira love is in the airwaves of VMC Planet Radio. As leads gore vandag it's Monday, right? And then a Monday it's all about inspiration stories and motivational quotes or motivations like yalo. Then Vandaga, our main topic will be embracing change, refraining from fearing of the unknown. When I come to change, man, what's go change? Vandaga, you know. It's all about embracing, man. You know, what's a comfort zone we read something, and then you can tell us a story. I lived go high for too long. I know people will be 31. Mothatava change. I know it's possible. The age of 31 and then also shift to go henu. Onna go henu. Utava change. You know, you are afraid of change and growing up. So vandaga it's all about get little motivator, you know, little motivator. Bona man, bona, move out the kohenu, bona. If ever you feel, you know what, I need change. You need to move from your respective job to another one, and then whatever maybe you sharp and then and you start to overthink. Nah man, bona tamaya man, you'll never know, you know. So you sitting there and not doing something and just sitting at home, so vandaag here on VMC Planet Radio we'll be discussing embracing change and refraining from the fear of the unknown, or when I have a change, you know. And I'm say fearing of the unknown. Fearing of the unknown. Utaba go change, you know, utaba go change, and then it refer to anxiety around unpredictable situations or events, and then unfamiliar places. It can be unfamiliar things. It can be unfamiliar strange things. Yeah, that's where fear of the unknown. And I know as human beings, you know. We are naturally wired to fear change for several reasons. However, a fear of change may be more intense when the change is not within a person's control. You know, what interest in anything, not comfortable in whatever that you do. And then if you know what, you're good at something, but now you're afraid of change. You are comfortable as doing coffees for people at work, and then utaba who apply for other jobs. Go for it. Copies. Where else you know you can be good at something? Chencha mzelwani, chencha ratorara chencha mzelwani. So fantastic bona. Change is good. Change is most definitely good. Oscar taba man. And I know fear of change can make it challenging to pursue your goals. It can be a challenge to pursue your goals. Make changes in your life. And then a little and turn garatang fear enyani go normale man go normale you know, it's there mara for you need to make sure we take this fear, mara you need to step out of your comfort zone. Because this little fear, it tends to be hardwired into our brains. You know what, man. Within Rina, and then when o tshaba go change, because I know gore fear tends to be wired, again, it tends to be wired, hardwired into our brains. So fandaga ke tlo le botsa gore how to tell if o na le fear of change or o na le fear of the unknown. Go tshwana with the fear of the unknown, e tshwana leng le leso, because a death you'll never know gore yo diragala leng, you know, you'll never know gore leso lo diragala leng. That's one thing that I can tell you, you'll never know, especially go na le this thing ya gore ga o itse gore ka o sane go diragala eng. So vandaga take a chance and say bona fiengana e ke bela ko le siteng ke bea ko le siteng wa ntlhaloganya e no etsi ya fela ya lo reela o itse nna this fear ke bea ko le siteng. Right now you have this fear ya go starta your things. Right now you want to do something just because of when our taba, and then okay fine, could you overthink things? What if like this thing fails? What if then what if it causes fear, and then that fear is fear of the unknown. So if ever you want to start something, go for it. Oskataba, man. Oskataba. Kaitse gona le di challenges when it comes to you starting something, you know, especially enterprises or businesses or being an entrepreneur, I can say. Gona le di challenges. There's so many challenges. And utlotaba, man. Utlotaba. But one thing that I can tell you is you'll never learn until you do it. And basically you fail again. So failure again, it pushes you o progress mo bophelong. So if you fear, you'll never fail to learn. I don't know if you will learn to, but if ever we do wena o tshaba go start something, you'll never learn. O tshaba go fail, you will never learn. So go and start something. Go and start something. Like you know, and then you want to do it. Go. So fandaga nna ke tlo botsa le ke re bona, if ever wa itse gore o passionate about something, go for it. Go for it. O ska tshaba, man. O ska tshaba. I know it happens gore o lo motho. I know it happens a lot gore o le motho o tshabe go tshwana le ke reng ke re go tshwana le, let me take it back to when you start university. Go starta go sekolong wa tshaba, you know, wa tshaba gore what if go timela, what if wa ntlhaloganya, what if ke go a new place and I don't adapt to the culture ya go teng wa ntlhaloganya wa tshaba. And then when you feel gore I'm just going to go to school mo gae wa ntlhaloganya, go outside and live life only one and see, you know what, you are gonna learn something, and then you are gonna avoid the fear of the unknown. You are gonna most definitely fear of the unknown. So right now I am just gonna tackle much like what pila fear of change. Fear of change is more of you. It's more of a challenge to pursue your goals or make changes in your life. So fear is just an obstacle when you pursue your goals, passions, dreams, or whatever. So if ever when now right now, move to another step in your life. Like just pray over that fear and tell yourself. And you know, sometimes when you do self-introspection all the time, or you are alone and you talk to yourself more often, that's when you cannot assess, okay, fine, what the motivate, you know what, I'm just gonna do this, you know, I'm just gonna, even though but I'm just gonna take risk, man. Out of all the words, just take risks. You know, just take them, and you'll see that unknown o bona gore wa ga se sepe o tlo bona gore a se sepe and gape ke boletse gore a little fear of change is normal, right? And then it tends to hardwired into our brains, right? And then like it is an excessive fear and anxiety. A sign of a deeper problem. Yeah. So if ever we give especially this thing more often ke the introverts, right? Yeah, get introverts batho ba leng gore ba tshaba batho ba leng ba rata space sa bona batho ba leng gore like a ba rate go ya kwa ntle wa ntla ke batho ba leng gore like most of them ba na le problem ya fearing of the unknown or fear of change. They don't want to change. They are comfortable with whatever that they are doing. So fandaga ke no bolela le bona gore bona go nna hela ga go thusi go nna hela o ba comfortable ka nthelong gore wa itse gore o ka I change ga go thusi ka next doesn't help you with anything. So fandaga if you have a story or maybe you want to tell us gore eish now we itumeleng na this and this and that because of 1 2 3 bona send us a text on 071-560-0639 send us a text again on 071-560-0639 or you can choose to call us on the same number or botsa gore wena keng so se tshabang pila so se tshabang what is it o tshabang go change mo bophelong ba gago. We're waiting on you to send those texts. And in the meantime, a mini break and I'll be telling you how to tell if you have a fear of change. And then the second one is how to cope with a fear or change to shift them. How to cope with the fear of change and to shift them as well. And then I'll continue. And then again, tricky questions and tricky questions. Tricky question number one, the one that I told that I asked the previous members. Before I'd like to say shout out to the Platinum Morning people. I'd like to say hello Gugu and Zobelicious and it was Petunia and Noluvo and the last one it was Ayanda. It was Ayanda. And then Ayanda before left, he was with Terrence. Shout out, guys. Shout out. And then I asked them a tricky question. It was what is full of holes but still holds water. And then the answer was given by the number one, the one and only, our not really producer, but technical team out there. It was Shaquille Arbona. It's a sponge. So for you listeners, I have one riddle. Normally it's called tricky questions, and it says, what has a neck but no head? So, what has a neck but no head? So you can send us a text on 071-560-0639, and then order to answer. And then please don't go to Google. I know Google is your friend. Please refrain from going to Google because I know Google get you miyahaho. I know Google get you miyahaho. And then the last, not last thing, but I'll be having Malibongo with the news updates at 3:30, and then it's 23 minutes after the hour 3 o'clock. It's March 2025, and you're still tuning in live on VMC Planet Radio Beyond Tomorrow. The Lions rugby professional team. We are here based in Johannesburg Athletic Stadium. And then because I will let the tell us that story or change in your life. And then and then we still have like 7 minutes more before the news headlines. How to tell if you have a fear of change. How do you tell fear of change? So number one on the list is you have extreme anxiety over what is going to happen in your future. Everything you overthink. Yes, that's number one. It says you have extreme anxiety over what is going to happen in your future. And the second one is you stay in a failing relationship despite wanting to leave. And right o santse le thabiso anyway o thabiso wa go abuser just because of when you don't want to start again. That's how you tell you are fear, you don't want to change. You have fear of change. People will be saying, oh, nah, I have to start to know this person again. This is a process. This is a long process. Darling, Bona, as I always say, Bona, protect your peace of mind, protect your peace of mind, most definitely. But going back to how do you tell if you have a fear of change, on the third one is you feel stuck or unhappy in a situation, yet avoid creating positive change. You feel stuck or unhappy in a situation, yet avoid creating positive change. When you are comfortable with negativity, you are comfortable. You comfortable. You don't want to move. You don't want to move. And then we have the fourth one is you reject invitations to events, celebrations, family or friends home. Introverts like they have fear, they have this fear to change. We and the fifth one is you have inability to accept life changes that are within or outside your control. Situation is so okay, fine, this is happening. This is really, 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 really happening to me. Accept life changes in your life. And then the sixth one is you do not strive for an ideal career when you are miserable in your current one. And motivating, motivating stuck in one situation, one career. This thing doesn't make me happy, but yet you still continue because you have this fear of change. If teacher, you're not passionate about being a teacher, you're not passionate about being a journalist, you're not passionate about being a PR, you're not passionate about being something, right? And then you just do it because we're comfortable with the situation. How you get change? How you go when you feel okay, fine here. Hey, bona. I get to like and you feel okay, fine. This is not for me. Just because of when you have this fear of change, you don't want to change. Miserable in your current career. Only miserable. And then I've lost count now. I've lost count, but I have another one. I have others and I have others and I have other points. How do you tell you have a fear of change? And then it states you find yourself shaking, sweating, trembling at the thought of a life change. Because you never say those words, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. You're not comfortable wherever you are. Henceforth, the situation whereby you find yourself shaking, sweating, trembling at the thought of changing, at the thought of life changing. And then I have another one is where you refuse to stray from an everyday routine because you are uncertain of what will happen if you do not stick to it. Every day, program it's more of like you are programmed. You don't want to change. If your situation is so, situation is so you follow it. You don't wanna change. And then we'll be right back. Right now we have Malibongo with the news updates at 3:30. Mara before ke tsamaya gape re ke feletsa gape the last one ke bolelang gore you refuse to stray from an everyday routine because you are uncertain of what will happen if you do not stick to it. So nanteng ka go bolelang yana gore my listener ke go bona change, man. Change, you know, it won't hurt you either way. You might benefit from the change, so make sure you change. You know, make sure you change. Bona, we'll be right back. How do you tell? I'll just tell you the last one, and then I'll go back to how to cope with the fear of change and to shift them, pardon me, and then how to cope with the fear of change and to shift them. And then I'll be having the news briefings. Later in the day. But for now, I have Malibongo with the news headlines. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, man. We'll be Raboa. So sit tight. We'll be right back.